Hey, this is your brother again, G World 7 Space D. I haven't made no videos in a while. Been a little busy doing my thing, but I want to show you this book here. I've had it for a while. Burial Mounds in Europe and Japan. And let's see. It's the comparative and contextual perspectives. Now, the reason I'm showing this book is you know that burial mounds are all over the U.S. You know, the spiral mounds, the serpent mounds, from the Serpent Kings, like Akhenaten. But you had burial mounds around the world. You had them in Europe, and you had them in Japan, like this book says. But what's my main point is that I personally believe that it was um, a global worldwide connection that our ancestors built around the world. Because you have these pyramids which aligned with Orion's belt in Egypt, here in America, in China, and you also had it in Bosnia, in Europe. So they had pyramids aligned with Orion's belt. So an ancient global network of movement of pyramid building or mound building was happening amongst our people globally. This needs to be known. See, I reject Pan-Africanism because it based everything like we didn't do nothing outside of Africa. If we talk about things outside of Africa, then we're supposed to steal in everyone else's culture when basically that's our culture. So, but there's something interesting here in this book. Let's go to page 47. And look at this book, okay? Page 47. Let me get this little light clear on here. Alright, page 47. And I want to look at, let's see, right here. I can get it clear. About the best I can get, but I'll read it. Traditional stories are nice and part of cultural associated with burial mounds in the Nordic circle. However, they also lead us to ask who was buried in the mounds. It is clear from the number of mounds that there are too many for them to be solely the last resting place of kings or chiefs, or even perhaps persons with very high social status. There are several thousand burial mounds in northern Europe dating to the Bronze Age, and they cannot all be kings' graves, princesses, or any other kind of nobility. This leads us to ask whether the graves represent only certain sectors of society or all parts of society. Are those burial mounds signs of a specific kind of social organization that dominated Bronze Age society from Scandinavia to southern Germany and beyond? And I'm saying this now, as you can see, I'm going to show you if you can see it right here. You can see it. I got a little shadow up in there. But if you can see it a little bit, let me focus it right there. There you go. If you can see it right there, what's written in the book, it's talking about mounds throughout Europe. So this stuff wasn't just in the USA, or what we now call the USA. Mounds was built all over the world. And I also want to show you something they found around these mounds. I can find a page. Mounds was built all over the world. You know, this is a pretty good book. I usually just come across so many doggone books. Like I said, I come from a family that was full of educators, and I went to college and I got my college degree. But you learn more stuff on your own, do your own research. I was fortunate to grow up with 2 to 3 sets of encyclopedias as a kid, so I know this information. And I've been on this stuff for a while, but I think that as a group we need to wake up and really, really, really start doing research, get into groups and do some team research. But this is a pretty interesting book, Burial Mounds in Europe and Japan. Comparative and contextual perspectives. Comparative and contextual perspectives. You know, I have numerous of books dealing with what you call the Aboriginal civilization or Aboriginal history of people in Asia and the Pacific. But this is a very interesting book because it talks. You see the mound right here, and see the one down here. So we'll build mounds all over the world. All right, preach, brothers and sisters. I'm gonna try to make another video, maybe tomorrow. All right.